All right. Welcome, everyone. So happy to be with you here with you tonight. I'm really excited to share some of the information that we were very privileged to hear in person a couple of weeks ago with Dr. Spellman, and some of you on this call were there with me. So Felicia was there. So keep me honest, Felicia, because sometimes people just hear things differently, right? So it's always good to get another voice in the mix. Um, but I think it's safe to say everyone was pretty blown away by all of the information that Dr. Spellman had to share. And I am no doctor, so let me just get that right on the table right away. What I am is a wellness advocate. I have 17 years experience with essential oils. I am a licensed massage therapist as well. And this is my full-time profession. So this is what I do full-time is teach people how to use essential oils and natural supplements to improve their health and vitality. I consider myself an essential oil educator. I love teaching. I love being here with you. And we're going to have fun today, I promise. And we're going to try to keep this moving along because I know that not everyone wants to talk about their health for 2 hours straight. So I'm just going to give you the highlights today. And literally everything that we're talking about today could really be a class in and of itself. So, but I realize that everyone has a limited capacity. Even I have a limited capacity as much as I am a voracious learner and I love learning and I'm a little sponge and I love to soak it all in. There's a limit, right, to what we can really retain. So I'm going to move through some of this stuff fairly quickly because I think some of it is pretty intuitive, but the goal for today is to really highlight particularly the new product line that doTERRA came out with back in September at our last convention, and it's called MetaPWR, in case you haven't heard. So we're going to talk a lot about vitality and reverse aging and how we can feel better as we get older. So I would love to hear from you guys. Um, if you could type in the chat, let's see, do you agree with this statement? This is a statement about metabolism. I have good energy during the day. I don't suffer from brain fog or sugar cravings or need caffeine or energy drinks. If you strongly agree with that statement, give me a 5. And if you strongly disagree with that statement, give me a 1. I just want to have an idea of where everybody's at as we move through some of this information. So I'll repeat it. So a 5 is you strongly agreeing with this statement, and a 1 is you strongly disagree. So here's the statement. I have good energy during the day. I don't suffer from brain fog or sugar cravings or need caffeine or energy drinks. So let me know where you stand with that statement. 5, strongly agree, or 1, disagree, strongly disagree. And then the second question I have for you is, I stay satiated for hours after eating. So satiated means full. I feel full for many hours after eating. 5 if you strongly agree, or 1 if you strongly disagree. And of course, there's in the middle too. So if you're somewhere in the middle, that's fine too. So curious where everyone stands there. And I'm just going to check the chat and see where we're at. Okay, cool. So we're kind of all over the place. So this is good. All right. So 5. Okay. Got some 5s, got some 1s. Oh, hi, Andrea. Welcome. All right. Here's another question for you. This is about sleep. I'm getting enough sleep to feel rested and alert the next day. So give me a 5 if you strongly agree, and give me a 1 if you strongly disagree. I'm getting enough sleep to feel rested and alert the next day. 5, strongly agree. 1, strongly disagree. Okay, 4. 4s. Good, good, good. All right, and final question here. This is about stress. I know my main sources of stress and have adequate resources to manage them. I know my main sources of stress and have adequate resources to manage them. 5, strongly agree. 1, strongly disagree. Or somewhere in the middle. Okay. I'm going to throw in one more about stress. I have self-care strategies to help manage my stress. I have self-care strategies to help manage my stress. 5, strongly agree. 1, strongly disagree. Okay. All right, cool. So definitely room for improvement, I think, in areas of sleep, stress. Okay. I think this is good. Isn't it comforting to know you're not alone? I think that gives me so much comfort that I'm not the only hot mess around here. I'm kidding. I don't think I'm a hot mess. Sometimes I do, but it always brings me great comfort to feel like I'm in the boat with other people. Doesn't it help you feel like a little bit better that you're not the only one who sometimes feels frazzled and sleep deprived and just generally not feeling great. So we're not alone. So this is good. But let's do something about it, right? Let's do something about it. So this is why we're here. And it's about reclaiming our health. And I feel like I'm very well I'm very well conditioned to talk about this right now because I've been spending a lot of time with my mother lately. My mother just turned 80. And if you want an example of what not to do to age gracefully, I'll share with you that's my mom. So my mom's a smoker. She's been smoking since she was 12. We could do the math, right? It's a lot of years. She doesn't eat very well. Her favorite things to eat are marshmallow peeps and raspberry cookies and I don't know, Reuben sandwiches and Coca-Cola. She hates water. She really only drinks coffee and Coca-Cola. Of course, with a cig, right? They kind of go hand in hand. So what I've been able to observe as her daughter, because sometimes you look at your parents and you think, oh shoot, like that's my future, right? But the good news is, of course, we do have some predestined, or some genetic predispositions, right? Of course, we have that. But I also believe that most of our health is within our control and environmentally based. So we can make specific choices that can help us, go either way. So my mom's choices have led her down a path of not feeling well, as you can imagine. And I'm hoping that my choices are going to lead me down a different path of feeling great and feeling, that vitality and not looking my age and, being able to have energy and stamina to keep up with hopefully one day grandchildren, right? So the key to it all is nutrition. So I think you guys would agree that a diet of marshmallow peeps is probably not, and Coca-Cola, probably not going to help us to feel good. Everyone agreed? Yeah. Okay. So let's chat about this a little bit. So 9 out of the 10 most impactful risk factors for disease are tied to poor nutrition. And if you look at the standard American diet, it stands for SAD, SAD. It's the acronym for the standard American diet. It's SAD, right? This is what most people are eating most of the time, right? Onion rings, pizza, French fries, cheeseburgers, fried chicken. Like this is very common, but not for us. Not for us, because we know better, right? So we are going to make different choices. And I'm not here to be the food police. Let me be very clear about this. I love food. I love eating. And in my opinion, there's no bad foods. Like I'm not going to put labels on foods and tell you they're bad. If you want to eat a marshmallow peep, God bless you. Eat a marshmallow peep. It's fine, you know, but there's other things that you can do maybe during that day to maybe balance out, you know, some of the less healthy choices that you're making. But I am not going to sit here and say, you must ban sugar or you must, you know, ban carbs or I just don't think it's realistic personally for me. And maybe that's why I haven't lost a lot of weight, but it's okay because I'm happy. So that's really important. So I'm not about diets. I'm not about deprivation. Believe me when I tell you I've been on every single diet probably ever created. And I have had success on them. And like most people, when I stop doing the diet, what happens? The weight comes back, right? And then some. So you are in good company if you have felt those challenges too. And I think probably every woman on this call has probably had the same experience as me, right? Gone on a diet, lost weight, felt great, and then went right back to what you normally do. And then the weight comes back on, right? So what we need to really focus on is how can we get more of the better nutrition into our daily life so that we can feel better and yeah, looking better too. That's important, but feeling better is to me the most important thing. Okay, so what happens when the daily nutrient requirements are not met? If we have an existing condition, that can make it even worse, right? Bone, cardiovascular, metabolic health can be threatened, among other health concerns. Our hormones can become imbalanced. So if we're not meeting our daily nutrient requirements, things that are already going on or already brewing, they can get worse, right? They can become exacerbated. And I'm noticing this in my mom. So I'm using her as an example. And I wouldn't say anything about her that I wouldn't tell her to her face. So I'm not speaking out of school, but we had the long conversation about this yesterday. So she gets it. But is she going to change? I don't know. She's 80. So sometimes I think when you get to that age, I don't know. Is it going to make a difference? Who knows? I mean, hopefully. But I don't know. So the first thing I really want to highlight is how can we get better nutrition into our daily life through some smart supplementation. So let's talk about, and I'm just going to put all of them up here right now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Go back, go back. Blank. Okay. So I want to talk to you about lifelong vitality first, because this product is really the cornerstone of doTERRA's entire product line. Would you be surprised if I told you that Lifelong Vitality is the #1 best-selling product that doTERRA has? Put a 1 in the chat if that surprises you. I want to see who's surprised by that. Oh, hey, Shirley. How are you? If you feel that's surprising, that this is doTERRA's #1 best-selling product, I want to see a 1 in the chat. For me, I was shocked because wouldn't you think it would be lavender or peppermint or On Guard or something like that? Like, it's shocking to me that this is the #1 best-selling thing. But it's true. And some of us on this call have been taking these vitamins for many years. I'll raise my hand first. Maybe I'm the one that's taken them the longest, but 10 years. This month I celebrated my 10-year anniversary with doTERRA. My husband and I have been taking these for 10 years. we always took supplements. I was sort of a little supplement junkie, and I always took stuff. And I could be found roaming the aisles of GNC and the Vitamin Shop. Remember those stores? I don't even know if they still exist, but I would always love to visit those stores and, read the labels and pull out the things that I thought that were going to be good for me. And we took a lot of different things, and over time, we felt pretty good. But when we switched over to doTERRA 10 years ago and we started taking these, I have to say I was pretty shocked how much better we felt when we started taking Lifelong Vitality versus the other stuff we had been taking. And the other stuff we were taking, it was not cheap stuff. I wasn't taking Centrum, okay? No offense to anyone here if you are taking Centrum vitamins, but I wasn't taking, grocery store vitamins. I was taking expensive stuff. So you think that you're paying a good price for your supplements, you're getting a good, you're getting good ingredients, and that's not necessarily so. So because doTERRA does everything with essential oils, this is what differentiates these vitamins from everything else that's on the market. So these vitamins have essential oils in them, which make them more absorbable. And that is the key right there, because most vitamins on the market, maybe you're only absorbing, if you're lucky, 20%. If you're lucky. And that's why a lot of times when I talk to people about vitamins and I ask them if they take vitamins, they'll say, I used to. I don't really think they do anything for me. Well, guess what? We know why, right? Because you're not absorbing them. You're peeing them out. So when you take doTERRA vitamins, I believe the number is 80%. They're 80% absorbable. That's amazing. You are going to feel better. You are going to feel a difference. So what do we have here? You've got your Microplex VMZ, which is giving you your whole food multivitamin and mineral complex. You've got your omegas, which are your essential fatty acids. Great for the heart, great for vision, and great for the brain. And then you have your alpha CRS, which is excellent for healthy cells. So this is like your antioxidant. So this is what keeps your your cells healthy, and also helps to reduce inflammation in the body. How many of you on occasion are feeling some joint pain? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel at any point in time knee pain, neck pain, or back pain. I should see all 19 of you putting a 1 in the chat. And if you're not, I don't believe you. Okay. So, you're lying. One more. Yes. So yes, this is very common. And I know this as a massage therapist. That's my side job, right? So every time I see people every day, this is a common complaint: neck pain, knee pain, back pain. All right, let's dive into these a little bit more so you understand why you need this stuff. Okay, so your omega benefits include heart and circulatory health, joint function, healthy joint function, immune boosting. So how many of us really want to keep our immune systems healthy and strong, right? Healthy function of the brain, the eyes, and the nervous system, healthy skin, antioxidants, let's see, astaxanthin, which provides the body with antioxidants as well as systemic and circulatory benefits, natural sources of vitamin D and vitamin E. So I just like looking at the picture. Like that all works for me. I'm very visual, right? So I see that joint health. I'm looking at that knee. I'm like, yeah, that's what I need. For me, what I found was the best was mood, the mood. If you have any sort of anxiety, depression, anything like that going on, I guarantee you that you have some deficiency in omegas, because there's a link to those things. So increasing your omegas is going to help you feel better, in your mood. We also have a vegan option for those of you that are vegan. All right, let's talk about the Microplex VMZ. This is your whole food multivitamin and mineral complex, providing 22 essential vitamins and minerals, fights free radicals, supports healthy metabolism, supports bone health because we have calcium in here, magnesium and vitamin D, also supports healthy immune function, healthy digestion, includes a patented glycoprotein matrix for enhanced bioavailability. So all those big words basically mean you can absorb it. Your body's going to know what this is, and it's going to know what to do with it, and it's going to help you feel better. I can't tell you how many people I have on these vitamins that tell me the first thing that improved was their digestive health. And they tell me that they're getting regular deposits. You know what I'm talking about, right? Can we talk about poop for a second? Because it's not pleasant to talk about poop, but it's an important part of your day, hopefully. And I can't tell you how many people say to me, well, I don't go every day, like every other day, maybe. So I'm here to tell you, if you're not having at a minimum one deposit of number 2 every day, you need help in this area. You really truly need help. And one deposit is at a minimum. If you think about it, ideally you would be eliminating after every meal. Think about what a baby does, right? A baby's eating, sleeping, pooping, right? So after every meal, they're eliminating. Their elimination pathways are working perfectly, right? When we get older, as we get older, somehow things get all blocked, don't they? And it's a problem, right? So if you're not eliminating minimally once a day, this is going to help you. Okay, next. We also have a vegan version of this for those of you that need vegan. And then finally, your alpha CRS. So this is protecting your DNA. Super important to have this kind of antioxidant running through your bloodstream at all times, because we're exposed to a lot of toxic crap, right? A lot. Just walking outside. I know many of you on this call live in New Jersey. We could just walk outside and a truck can go by and there you go, fumes like up your nose, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? So we're exposed to a lot of pollution and in the air, and I don't really care where you live, it's everywhere, even Bermuda. I know we have a lot of Bermudians on here, and we love your island so much, right? But you have pollution on the island too, right? So some things you can't control. So that's my point. So the things that you can't control, you need to supplement and fortify your body so that it's strong in the cases of pollution and outside factors that you can't control. All right. So now let's talk about things we actually consume that actually taste good. I just had my little drink today, my little superpower drink. Protein, fiber, and greens. So one thing that Dr. Spellman said at our event a couple weeks ago that I was completely shocked is he said most people are not getting the necessary amount of protein in their daily diet. And when we asked him what that number was, I believe he said something like 90 grams for a woman. That's a lot. And I know that some women in the, Felicia, if you listened to this part, I think when Dr. Spellman was speaking about it, I think on average, most women are like 30 to 40 grams. Like we are nowhere near that amount, right? So
that's correct.
Is that correct? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for keeping me on track.
You're welcome.
So why protein is so important is because it helps control our appetite. So is anyone on this call interested in some assistance with weight release? Put a 1 in the chat if you're interested in learning about weight release. Yeah, more pollution than people realize. Agreed. Okay, we got a few people interested in this. I don't want to say weight loss, because when I say loss, it implies that I want to find it again, right? I don't want to find my pounds again that I lost. I want to release them forever. So no weight loss, weight release, weight release. Okay, so Increasing protein into our diet is going to help control our appetite. It makes us feel fuller for longer. Produces what's the necessary nutrients to produce ATP, supports muscle growth and recovery. Fiber, fiber, fiber. I can't tell you how important this is. If you are challenged with high cholesterol, anyone who has high cholesterol, I'm telling you, fiber, fiber, fiber is the answer. Also, I spoke to Dr. Alex DeBell, who's one of the creators of all of these products, when I was at the doTERRA Leadership Conference in March. And I asked him, what can I do about high cholesterol? Because my doctor's a little nervous about my number, which was 214, by the way. And I'm going to get blood work this Friday, so I'll report back and let you know how that number has changed, because I believe it's going to be a big change. But he said to me, and I said to him, if I want a little bit more assistance in my weight release efforts, what can I do? He said, fiber, fiber, fiber. It's all about the fiber. If you have more fiber in your diet, you're going to improve your digestive function. You are going to feel fuller for a longer time, and it helps to cut those cravings for sugar and things like that. So I've been doing this since March, fiber every day and the greens every day, and I can't wait to see how my blood work has shifted. I'm going to report back to you all because I know you're curious too. All right, and the greens provide the equivalent of 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables, another source of fiber, and also helps metabolism. So the more greens, the better. And I think we know this, right? I mean, ideally, we'd have 8 to 10 servings of vegetables and fruits a day. I don't really know anyone who has that, honestly. If you do, give me a 1 in the chat. If you feel you're getting 8 to 10 servings of vegetables and fruit in a day, I think that's really hard to do. But if anyone's doing it, more power to you. I don't think, yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, so we all need help in this area. Moving forward. Okay, we'll talk really briefly about digestive health because this is important. Okay, so how to improve digestive health? Remember we talked about poop before? So how to improve this? We have to drink more water. Not like my mom with Coca-Cola every day and no water. More water, more fruits and veggies, avoid chemicals, and regular movement. So the more that we can take walks and move our bodies, the better off our digestion is going to be. And the recommendation is to try to take a walk after you eat. So immediately after you eat, take a walk around the block, walk your dog. It really helps to your body to digest all of that food that you just ate. Moving forward here. Here we go. Okay. So let's talk about metabolism a little bit. So what is metabolic health? It is the ability for us to process the nutrients that we are eating, right? And also, I want to talk about metabolic health and biological age because they are related, but they're kind of together. So we could be one age chronologically, but a different age with our health, right? So this brings up the whole concept of lifespan versus health span. So we can live a longer life, but what's happening is once we get, let's say, oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Once we get past a certain age, I'm thinking about my mom now in her 80s. Most people will say in that age range, and I honestly have heard her complain more than ever about all of her aches and pains and all of her health issues. And every other day it's which doctor did she visit? And now my hearing is going and my eyes are going and it's just a hot mess. And she basically said, like, aging sucks. It's the worst. So I wonder if there is a way that we can age gracefully. Can we get to the 80 mark and actually not be complaining? Can we get to that decade of, being in our 80s and feel good and feel energy and have vitality instead of feeling like, oh, this is the worst. And I'm not feeling great. So the answer is yes, we can get there. And I really want my mom to be, joining me on this journey here. I hope that she will, because she'll feel so much happier, right? If she feels better. So here's the obstacles to metabolic health: maturing fat cells, blood sugar spikes, inferior supplements, Centrum, I'm talking about you, and cellular integrity. So we have ways that we can support all of these things. So the first is the new metabolic blend. So those of you that have been around a while, you may remember a blend called Slim and Sassy, right? So this is basically reformulated Slim and Sassy. It has the same oils in there, which include grapefruit and lemon, peppermint. But what's different about them is the ratio between all of the single ingredients that are in there. And doTERRA did a lot of studies that out that this new ratio is much more effective at helping people to curb their cravings and inhibit fat cell maturation, which means multiplying fat cells, right? We want to eliminate that. We don't want our fat cells to keep growing and getting bigger and bigger, right? We want to shrink them. So the MetaPWR metabolic blend, which you're seeing here in 4 different forms. So it's basically the same product 4 different ways. So first you have the oil, so the oil blend there. And then you have the beadlet. This is a 1/4 drop of the oil blend in a teeny tiny little bead. You could just pop in your mouth. Then you have the gum. The gum I absolutely love. Again, you would pop it in your mouth when you're feeling a craving coming on, or you want to take the edge off your hunger. It just really helps you to not reach into the refrigerator for an unhealthy thing. Like, it just takes that edge off so you're not feeling ravenous, right? And then my favorite of all of these is the MetaPWR soft gels. So these you can take a couple times a day. So I take 2 or 3 a day, and you take them in between meals. So it helps you to feel full, and it helps you to manage your hunger so that you're not constantly snacking. Even though I love snacks, Felicia knows me, I'm a snack person. Snacks, I love snacks. Even though I love snacks, I know it's not the greatest for me to be kind of nibbling all day long. So I'd rather just try to keep myself to, more structured eating and eat at the meal time that I want to eat at, instead of, little snacks during the day. So this really helps with those things. Okay, so this is a picture of a car, obviously. And if you remember, or maybe you're in this life stage right now, remember when you were teaching your teenager how to drive? I have a 20-year-old boy, so this isn't far from my memories right now. But when they first start learning how to drive and they're really like putting the pedal to the metal, and then they're slamming on the brakes, and it's like very jarring to the body, right? So this is what our body feels like when we have blood sugar spikes. It's like speeding down the highway and then crashing, right? It's not good for your car, and it's not good for your body. So to alleviate that feeling, we have MetaPWR Assist. So MetaPWR Assist helps to decrease that post-meal glucose spike. It reduces the absorption of carbohydrates. So this, you can think of this as your carb blocker. So this is to be taken before your largest meal of the day, ideally one that contains carbs, right? So I typically take mine before dinner, because that's when I may have some rice, or I may have my sweet potato, or whatever I'm eating. Usually there's a carb somewhere in that dinner. So I usually take this right before dinner. this is supporting a healthy blood sugar response and stabilizes your energy level throughout the day. Do you ever notice that when you eat a big meal, even think about Thanksgiving, right? You're eating a lot of food. I don't know if it's the tryptophan in the turkey, but most of the time, most people just want to take a nap, right? After a big meal like that. So when you're eating a, larger meal, sometimes don't you find that your energy level just, whoa, like you're really crashing and burning? You just feel super tired after you have a big lunch or after you have a big dinner and you feel like, oh, I got to sit down, I got to watch TV, I got to put my feet up. The better thing to do would really be take a walk and like try to, get your body moving to help that digestive process. But we typically don't do that, do we? We put our feet up, we're going to watch Wheel of Fortune after dinner or whatever. So, this product, I have to say, has been so amazing and really has helped with those the glucose spikes, which are very, very stressful on the body. And like I said, with the analogy with the car, similar to teaching your teenager how to drive when you're just like snapping back and forth. So we want to try to keep those energy levels and those glucose levels more steady throughout the day. All right. Look good, feel good from the inside out. Let's dive into the marine collagen. So this is kind of the flagship product right here that we're talking about right now. This is the MetaPWR Advantage. And look at all of these different types of collagen that are in here. I don't know about you, but I used to take a couple different brands of collagen. Collagen is not new, right? We've been exposed to collagen for, I would say, a few years now. It's not a new thing, but it's new for doTERRA. And I'm really glad that doTERRA took their time with this because we know that everything they do is with the utmost of ethics and always with, the best ingredients and sourcing, and they're not rushing. They're testing things in their labs. They want to make sure that they're coming up with the absolute best combination of ingredients to serve us in the best possible way. So I'm glad actually that they didn't rush to market with the collagen like everybody else was doing. It actually gave me a chance to try some other brands of collagen, and I didn't like them. I really didn't like them at all, whether it was the taste or whether it was that I just felt zero results. So I've had bad experiences with other collagens. So I don't know, when I first heard about doTERRA collagen, I'm like, well, everything they do is great, so I'm gonna give it a shot, right? And I'm so glad that I did, because look at what we have here. And this is all marine based. All these different types of collagen you can see are doing different things for you. It's not just for beauty, it's not just for skin, but these are some of the benefits that I have seen in my own self taking this product since September, right? So my skin is pretty darn good. I'm 57. Most people do not guess at all that is my age. I do have a little makeup on, but not a lot. I have a little lipstick on, but when people are looking at me up close, they're like, girl, dang it, 57? Are you serious? So I really credit the MetaPWR and frankincense, of course, that I've been using for 10 years every day on my face, and the doTERRA skincare products, of course. But I have noticed a great improvement in the elasticity of my skin and sort of a diminishing of the fine lines, especially here around the eyes. So I've noticed that has is starting to really dissipate, because collagen is like the plumper, right? So it's plumping up your skin a bit. So there's a beauty aspect to this, of course. Then the second thing is bone protection. The skin is being improved, muscle function, joints. Oh, I can't believe that I forgot to tell you this. My knees feel so good since I started taking this product, and I really was researching knee replacement back in the summer last year. So now you tell me knee replacement, I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no way I would even consider that now, because I feel so much better with my knees. So the inflammation has come down tremendously. So really, really incredible benefits from collagen. And if you're not already taking it, you are going to really love this. Okay, so this is what the product looks like. It's in a very pretty orange box, but it's in a little sachet. So it comes in a powder, and you're going to mix it with water. You can mix it in as little as 4 ounces of water. It doesn't have to be a big giant drink, but what I've been doing is mixing it with the fiber and the greens. And I like it all together like that. I feel like this is my superhero, super powered up drink. And I feel really good about myself drinking all these things together. And I cleared this with Dr. Spellman that it's good to take all three together. And got confirmation from corporate that yes, we can take all these three products together and it's actually good for you. So here's what else is in there. Besides the collagen, you've got red fruit extract, NMN, NAD, hyaluronic acid. We have the MetaPWR metabolic blend, resveratrol, sea buckthorn fruit extract, rose apple fruit extract, liposomal vitamin C, biotins. You can see all of these things. You probably have seen these terms before. They're in the news. These are the trendy, like best ingredients that people are wanting in their products. Biotin is what helps our nails grow and our hair grow. And I'm definitely feeling that. I have to get my highlights done more often now because my hair is growing faster, right? So really phenomenal product, great for the immune system too. I was taking this when the first time I took this in September of last year, I actually got off the plane from convention and I wasn't feeling well. And my daughter, it was meant to be visiting my daughter in Denver. And she's like, you know what, Mom? I think you better take a COVID test. I'm like, no, there's no way. And she's like, yeah, you better take one. And I took one. I was positive for COVID. She shipped me off to a hotel for the next 3 days. So I was ruined my vacation with my daughter. But what could I do? All I had was the convention kit. Like I had just bought it, right? So I just started taking the collagen. And I have to say, by the time that 3 days was up, I felt really good. And I know and I credit this product because I know that this helped me recover much faster from being sick. How many people here have had COVID and maybe have taken a very long time to recover? I know lots of people who've taken weeks and weeks. So for me, it was within 5 days, I was good. So this was a big part of that treatment. Okay, so promotes healthy biological aging, improving your health span, right? Improves your cognitive function. So if anyone's experiencing brain fog or forgetfulness or anything like that, this is going to help that issue. Supports lean muscle, connective tissue, and improves skin elasticity and firmness. Okay, so this is a system. So it is a whole system. Can you buy each of these components separately? Yes, you can. Do I recommend that? For the first time, I highly recommend that you buy everything at once so that you can, kind of experiment and see which your favorite products are. For me personally, what I love the best are the assist, the advantage, the gum, and the soft gels. So those 4 things are my favorite things, and that's what I'm ordering pretty much every month. The beadlets, my husband likes them, so he takes them to work. And the oil, it takes me a long time to get through that oil. So it's not something that I'm ordering every month. I like these 4, the first 4 things that you see, the best. But you may be different. So maybe you would like the oil better than the soft gels. I don't know. Everybody's different. So that's why I say get the whole kit, start, using everything, and then you'll know what your body responds to the best. And then you could take it from there. All right. So I've been talking about movement and the importance of going for a walk, even right after you eat. And I like this quote a lot. This is eating alone will not keep a man well. He must also take exercise. So Hippocrates. So this is going way back that we need to be exercising, right? But when we don't move, we really have a lot of negative effects on our health. And I see it so much as a massage therapist. I really see so much of this. This is a quote from Dr. Riggs. Sitting is the new smoking. Ooh, scary, right? So many negative effects on our health from having that sedentary lifestyle of sitting. And let's face it, most of us are working from home. We're doing remote work. We're sitting all day, aren't we? We're sitting at our computer. We're sitting on our devices. We need to get out and move more. Even if it's just a 10-minute walk after you eat, just that alone will really help you. So once you start getting into your exercise, I have to put my plug in for Deep Blue Rub as a massage therapist, of course. But once you start getting into your regular walking routine, or maybe you're going to start to lift a little bit of weights, you may feel some sore muscles, right? So if you're feeling sore muscles, this is very, very going to be very, very helpful to you. It's giving you that cooling, tingling, just lovely sensation and just penetrating deep into your muscles to help relieve that inflammation. So absolutely love Deep Blue Rub. If you love it too, give me a 4 in the comments. I want to see who loves this. Sorry, because I'm not really seeing the chat, but now I am. I have to like physically go to it. Okay, I'm seeing lots of 4s. So if you love Deep Blue Rub, I want to see a 4 in the chat, please. And if you don't have a 4 in the chat, why not? What's wrong with you? I'm kidding. Maybe you just haven't tried it yet. You need to try it. So put this on your list, please. Deep Blue Rub. It's so important. Okay. How am I doing on time? All right. Rest and manage stress. Really, really important parts of our overall health. And sleep is something that I have to share with you and be very honest. I'm not very good at it, but I'm getting better. So when I saw all of this research, I was really blown away, and it really makes me want to be better and discipline myself to be a better sleeper. So sleep, super important to the function of the immune system. Sleep impacts apoptosis of cells. So apoptosis means cell death, which is a good thing. Some of the cells in our body, we want them to die. We want them to die and be eliminated. So sleep helps that process along. It's also very important for cardiovascular health and circadian rhythms. And people who sleep 6 or more hours a night have much better heart health than people who sleep less. Okay, so this is a chart that I found very interesting because it shows you how much sleep do you really need. And here we go, it's all filled in. Okay, so newborns, 16 hours a day, right? 50% of their sleep is REM. When they're 1 year old, they can go down to 12 hours a day. School-age children, they need 10 to 11 hours per night. Adolescents, 8 to 10 hours per night. And when the adolescents don't get this amount of sleep, it's not good for them. We know this, right? My son is 20. I know he doesn't get good sleep either because he's distracted by gaming and his phone and his devices, and it's a challenge. It's a daily challenge. So this is so important. And then adults, 7 to 8 hours a night. If you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, I want to see a 7 in the comments right now, please. I want to see who's getting that kind of sleep. I'm very curious. Oh, good, Kayla. Kayla has recently implemented a sleep routine. Isn't that true? And I know Felicia has worked on this too. And it's important. Like you gotta have your boundaries, right? Around your sleep and create a routine for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to suffer. All right. So here's a couple of tips. I'm keeping these for myself too, just so you know. You're not the only one that needs them. I need them too. Keep a consistent schedule. Nap briefly, if at all. I'm personally not a fan of napping because if I take a nap, I'm not waking up. And then I'm not going to bed on time either. So I personally don't nap, but some people say it really works great for them. Create a bedtime routine. Use your bedroom for sleeping. My son has a giant TV in his bedroom, and so now it's become like the entertainment center. It's not good for him. I see it. I see him up, staring at that giant screen, and it makes me crazy. Avoid caffeine 6 to 8 hours before bedtime. Avoid large or spicy meals before bedtime. Exercise regularly. Expose yourself to bright lights in the morning. Obviously, not when you're sleeping, but you want the bright lights in the morning. Okay, so here's a little sleep routine for you that I've been using. So you can apply either lavender or serenity to the bottom of your feet and diffuse during the night. I have to say that I have been diffusing serenity for 10 years every night. 10 years. Is that crazy? Every single night, even when I travel, I never leave home without a diffuser. So even when I travel, Kayla has been my roommate many times. She can attest to this, right, Kayla? I'm always bringing a diffuser. There's small ones that you can travel with, and we always have serenity in that diffuser, right, Kayla? Vetiver to the big toe. So that's one little routine that you can do. Oh, and Serenity soft gel, 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime. Or you could do a couple of drops of copaiba under the tongue right before bed. You can apply cedarwood to the bottom of your feet, and you can diffuse adaptive. So a couple different ways you can go depending on, what oils you like best. Okay. Let's talk about stress. If you feel stressed, you are stressed. So how about that? So if you feel stressed, you are, right? And so if you look at these pictures here, I don't know, some of them could be triggering, to you, but these are some of the common things that make people feel stressed out. Life in general, right? The piggy bank, like not enough money, getting married. So being married sometimes is stressful. Just all the work that you have to do, conflicts with people. So there's death. There's so many things that can trigger stress in our lives. And here those things are listed here. Okay. So why does this even matter to us? Is all stress bad? So short term is just like a singular stressful event, like you're running late for work or you're being chased by a bear. Hopefully that never happens to any of you. I would think that is very stressful. But long term, so short term stress is okay, right? But long term is not okay. So repeated exposure to situations that lead to wear and tear on the mind and body, what is it going to do to you? So it's going to affect your health for sure, help affect your immune system. How many of you are parents and find yourself getting sick right before vacation, right before the Christmas holidays, or right before summer vacation, or right before spring break? Why? Especially if you're a mom and you're trying to pull it all together and do all the holiday prep, and there's only so many hours in the day, right? So we're expected to put on these great holidays for our family, and hello, we still have work to do. We still have to cook dinner every night. We still have all of our regular things that we have to do. So we become so stressed out sometimes right before the holidays that during Christmas break, when the kids are home, everyone's sick, right? Has this ever happened to you? Put a 3 in the comments if that has ever happened to you. It used to happen to me all the time when I was working my full-time job in the city at AT&T. It was invariably Christmas break was everyone sick. And it was the worst. Just check the chat. Yeah, that used to happen to me. But now a few weeks prior to vacation, that's smart. That's very smart. See, you got to be proactive. Good job, Felicia. When you're repeatedly exposed to stress, this affects your digestive health and your gut health, right? So lots of problems when we're exposed to long-term stress. Oh, the slide. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. The good news. Are we ready for good news? I know I am. We can't rid ourselves of all stress, but we have the control to change our reaction to stress. Okay. So we have to ask ourselves, when do I feel stressed? What stresses me out? And how does the stress make me feel? And when we have those immediate, feelings of frenzied, or anger or stress, when we're in that moment, here are some of the things that we can do to try to alleviate that. So focus on your breathing. I know so many people who we just don't breathe well. We're shallow breathers, most people, right? So just taking a deep breath and just letting it go. Just exhaling, right? Just letting it all go. Just that simple thing can help you so much to relieve that stressful situation. Guided imagery. You can literally go on YouTube and type in stress relief, and you're going to get millions of videos that just pop up with these beautiful images of running water in the forest, and you just have to watch that for a few minutes and listen to some of that beautiful music, and you're going to be good to go in a couple of minutes. Meditation, do a body scan, take a walk, stretch, laughing. Sometimes I just say to my Alexa, hey Alexa, tell me a joke. Like if I'm really in the thick of it, if something very stressful, just interrupt the pattern, right? So simple things you can do to just help yourself out of that situation. Of course, using your essential oils naturally, right? That goes without saying. All right. For continual responses, so this is things we could do on a daily basis to just help us alleviate those stressful feelings. We have to get back to the good nutrition. We have to talk positively to ourselves, like no negative self-talk, keep it positive, prioritize physical activity, express gratitude. This is probably for me the top thing in this list, other than massage, of course. But for me, the top thing in this list is gratitude, because even when things are just seemingly going to pot and they're just one thing after the other, you have days like that, right? Where just everything seems to be going wrong, right? Sometimes I just sit back and I think, okay, why is this happening for me? For me. Usually we say, why is this happening to me? Why? Why is this happening to me, right? And that kind of puts you in a victim mode, right? But if you say, why is this happening for me? It kind of forces you to look for the blessing, even in a negative situation. So this is what I try to do, and it really helps me. So I really invite you to, and I've developed this practice over time. I'm just starting my day with 3 gratitudes. I just write them down in my notebook. 3 things that I'm grateful for. And sometimes I really got to dig deep, right? If I'm not feeling great, or if I didn't have a good night's sleep and I'm not feeling well, like, oh, but if you force yourself to think of 3 things, it just sets the tone for your day in a whole different light. And instead of feeling like, oh, all the things I have to do today, what about, oh, all the things I get to do today? I'm so excited. I'm going to have such a great day. And even if you just write, I'm so grateful for this steaming, delicious hot cup of coffee. Yay, coffee. That's one thing on your list, right? Or I'm really grateful for that bird chirping outside my window. It could be the simplest thing. It doesn't have to be a big, heavy, deep thing. It could be a very simple thing. I love my silk bathrobe that I get to wear when I wake up in the morning. Something so simple like that, right? Can just put a smile on your face and help you feel better. Massage, of course, helps everyone feel better. Yoga, and develop or maintain a hobby. If you don't have something that you are doing on a regular basis with your free time, um, find something. Everyone can find something that they love to do. Painting, music, take a class at the library. There's so many different things, bowling, so many wonderful things that you could, take advantage of. Okay. So my top oils to use with stress management, number 1, the adaptive system. So this is something I use every day. It's the capsule, the touch roller, and the 15 ml bottle. I diffuse the adaptive. I put the touch roller on my wrists, on the back of my neck, and I take a capsule every day. So this is what has helped me feel very grounded and feel really good about my day. And I don't get myself worked up into a frenzy, which can very easily happen with me. But this adaptive system just helps me keep very even tempered. Balance. I start my day with balance even before I get out of bed. Balance is right in my little oil holder in my nightstand. As soon as I open my eyes, I take the balance out, get a drop on my wrist, and then I feel grounded immediately when I wake up. Lavender is just so beautiful, calming, earthy, sweet, floral, absolutely gorgeous. Everyone knows, I think it's well known that lavender is helpful for, calming your nerves. Frankincense, the king of oils, of course, comforting, kind of an exotic aroma. This is really good one to have in your collection for anxious feelings and stressful feelings. Rose, I'm putting rose on every single day. Rose goes on my neck and rose goes on my face because it's so good for the skin. So I'm using the Rose Touch Roller. Absolutely beautiful. And rose has the highest frequency, the highest vibration of any oil. So if you're feeling sad or you're feeling low, a sniff of rose is definitely going to help you feel uplifted and help you tap into that sense of joy that many people are missing in their lives right now. So rose, I highly recommend rose for everyone's collection. And then Roman chamomile, really calming, beautiful oil. Sometimes I mix that with the Serenity at night in the diffuser. Okay, we're nearing the end here. Let's see. Okay, so what we're talking about is a proactive approach to wellness. And Felicia just put that in the chat, right? When she knows she's going on vacation, she's putting the On Guard in the diffuser just to make sure that she stays very healthy during her time away. We don't want to be sick when we're spending lots of money to be enjoying ourselves outside of our home environment, right? All right, so for those of you who told me earlier in the call that weight release was one of the things that you were most concerned with, I think what I'm going to do now, if Elena is on, I want to open it up for a testimonial because she has such a great share to share with us. Are you on, Elena?
I'm on.
Yay! Okay. All right.
Hey.
So everyone, if you don't know the fabulous Elena Yordan, I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight. Thank you so much. But I really wanted you to share, if you would, your story with MetaPWR because it's really very exciting and amazing, and you look amazing. I feel like you always look amazing, but this MetaPWR really, really helped you, and I would love for you to tell everyone, how you use it and what you did to get the great results that you've gotten.
So I'm going to ask you, Lauren, if you possibly can, to share your screen or give me the host.
Okay, so I stopped sharing, so you should be able to do it now.
Share screen. Yes. Perfect. Hold on. Give me a second. Perfect. Hi, everyone. Can you see that clock with the fork and the knife? If you can? Yes. Thank you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my own experience with MetaPWR, which started, I would say, a little bit after convention. I know doTERRA convention last year was about mid-September. Lorinda talked a little bit about how she took it basically right afterwards because she wasn't feeling well when she got to Denver to visit her daughter. For those of you who have not tried the MetaPWR system, can you give me a give me an N? Give me an N in the chat. So anyone who has not tried the MetaPWR system, give me an N in the chat. And if you haven't tried it but you're interested in trying it, maybe give me a an I. So how about giving me an N if you haven't tried it, and an I if you're interested in trying it. So you're getting from 2 people, because it looks like there might have been a few people who haven't tried it. So my journey was actually, and you can see here, there's a clock. You know that the time is going to pass between now and when you're able to release the weight that you would like to. The time's going to pass whether you take the steps to do what it is that you need to do, or it's not going to pass. So, or the time is going to pass either way, right? So one of the things that they said multiple times from the stage of doTERRA, and I know many of us weren't able to attend the convention live, was that they actually combined 3 things with, so one was the MetaPWR system. The second was a little bit of movement, right? Not sitting in a chair all the time. And the third thing was healthy eating, but that healthy eating had a component that came up again and again and again. And that healthy eating component was intermittent fasting. Now, some of you have maybe never heard of this. You're thinking, what the heck is intermittent fasting? Why is Elena talking about this? And I will say that over my entire life, I have been very diligent about trying to keep my weight down. But there have been times in my life, including right after I had my kids, or certainly during COVID, or times that were very stressful. And Lorinda talked a lot about stress, that I would stress eat, and then I would see my weight begin to go up. Many of us deal with stress, and we talked about stress in this presentation, with maybe a little bit more snacking, or maybe some comfort foods. And stress can be good or bad. The body does not know the difference. So whether it's a happy occasion, your daughter's getting married, or maybe you're getting married, or it's a sad occasion, something, an illness or something unfortunate has happened to you or somebody close to you, the body doesn't distinguish between good stress and bad stress. And that's why I feel like MetaPWR plus intermittent fasting are really the keys, and what have changed the trajectory of my journey, as I wanted to really release some weight and keep it off. Because I'm sure many of you have known different tricks. Oh, you need to take off 5 pounds to wear a swimsuit, or a special dress for a wedding or a baptism, anywhere where you're going to be photographed. And you want to make sure that you look good in the pictures. So you diet down to that, whatever that weight is, that special weight that gets you into that dress. And then lo and behold, boom, 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 your weight begins to creep back up again. You can't keep the weight off. So the cool thing about this combination of MetaPWR and intermittent fasting has really been a key in a lock, if you will, unlocked for me the secrets of being able to not only keep my weight off, but to keep it off easily. So this is something that you're interested in. I'm going to explain to you exactly what I did. So I'm going to ask you to do 2 things. I'm going to ask you, if you're interested in this key in the lock, I'm going to ask you to put a K in the chat. If you're not interested, that's okay. I even have pictures that I can show you. I hope you're going to put a K. And then the second thing is, let's really talk about how we're going to do this. So you're going to need a pencil and paper, and I'm going to teach you the easy way to do this process, which is MetaPWR plus intermittent fasting. And no one's going to walk away from this saying to themselves, I don't know how to do it. It's too hard. I've never done anything like this before. Maybe you haven't done anything like this before, but no one's going to say it's too hard. You're going to say, I can do that. Okay, are we ready? Yes? Great. So let me show you first, give you a description. Thank you for all the Ks. Let me give you a quick description of what intermittent fasting is. So what many diets tell you is what to eat, and I am specifically not going to tell you what to eat. I'm only going to tell you to take MetaPWR and to take it daily, but intermittent fasting is all about when you eat. So when you're on an intermittent faster, you only eat during a specific time during the day. I'm going to break that down for you. You pick the time, you pick how many meals, how short the window of eating will be for you. And the science really says, so Johns Hopkins neuroscientist Mark Mattson, you can read some of his books, he's read a couple of them, studied intermittent fasting for 25 years, and he says that our bodies have evolved to be able to go without food for many hours. So how many of you slept at least 2 hours last night. Okay, maybe you can give me a show of hands. I'm hoping that you slept maybe as many as 5, 6, or 7. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you slept at all last night, you fasted because you were not awake during that time. You were basically not eating, lying in your bed, unless you were sleepwalking and going to the refrigerator, which I hope nobody was doing. But during the period that we sleep, we are fasting. The very next meal that we eat after we get up and we're fully awake, that is, we call it breakfast, but it's really our break fast. We are breaking our fast. So I'm going to tell you step number 1. I'm going to ask you, if you've never intermittent fasted before, this is step number 1. I'm going to ask you to go to 3 meals a day, no snacks. 3 meals a day, no snacks. So that means you're going to get up at approximately, let's say you get up at 7 a.m. You're going to have your breakfast, whatever it is you choose for breakfast. You can choose something healthy or unhealthy in the beginning, whatever it is you want to eat. Then you're going to go till your lunch hour. Now, let's say your lunch hour is at 12 or 1 o'clock. No snacks between the breakfast and the lunch. And then you're going to go to dinner. That's going to be your 3rd meal, and you're going to have no snacks between lunch and dinner. Now, this is not a radical plan, friends. Most of us, and I think many of us are around the same age, born in the 60s and the 70s, grew up during a time when there were no snacks. And the thing that kind of bugs me is snacking is really driven by the snack industry. They want to make some money, and so they've convinced all of us not only that we need to eat all the time, we need to eat their products all the time. So the first step is you're going to go to 3 meals a day, no snacks. Number 2 is you're going to keep those 3 meals within a 12-hour window. So those are your first 2 steps. You're going to go to 3 meals a day, no snacks, and you're going to keep those 3 meals within a 12-hour window. Once the 12 hours are up, you're going to basically shut the eating window, and you're going to say to yourself, no more eating for tonight. So those of you who like to stay up late, and we all know there's a couple of you on here, I'm going to encourage you to have that first meal a little bit later. So if you like to stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning and you need to eat in a 12-hour window, you're going to have to really have that first meal a little bit later. But I'm going to try to help you to shift. And if 12 hours really seems impossible to you, work towards it. Start with 14 and then close it down until you get to 12 hours, 3 meals, no snacks. So that's your first step. Okay, so now let's go on. I'm going to show you how my routine, going first from 12 hours a day, no snack, 3 meals, no snacks, and eventually to 2 meals a day. And then finally to what I'm going to call more of a snack or a small meal and a main meal. So let's call it 1.5 meals a day, and closing down that window, which is what really intermittent fasting is all about, has helped me to transform really my body and my life, and I think bring me a lot of good health in the meantime. All the time continuing to take my MetaPWR, my Advantage, my Assist, and my gel caps. So I'm taking 3 of the products every single solitary day. The other 3, the oil, the gum, and the beadlets, I'm taking kind of as needed or incorporated through my day, but not as rigorously, not as dogmatically, if you will, as I am the other 3. So the first 3, no questions asked, and taking them every single day. The second 3, I'm kind of taking them throughout the day. Do I feel a little bit of hunger? How am I taking those other 3 products? Really more discretionary, right? So I'm going to show you my first picture, and I think a picture says 1,000 words. Actually, I'm going to recommend 2 books to you. So I know some of you I know a very long time, and maybe you're thinking, wow, that Elena, I'm so glad she told me this. I'm going to run right out and do this. Some of you may be thinking, I don't know this woman from Adam. How can she be telling me this? What does she know? She's not a doctor or nurse. And you would be right. And I'd like to recommend 2 books to you. The first one is what I'm going to call the non-science book. So this is the super easy, stripped down version of how to intermittent fast. It is actually written by an elementary school teacher. She has her doctorate in elementary gifted and talented education. And she takes the whole concept of intermittent fasting, which can be a little dense and a little sciencey, and brings it down into manageable bites, if you will. And it's called Fast, Feast, Repeat. If you don't like to read, listen to it. Absolutely invaluable. It includes a 28-day fast start. I would recommend either quickly writing down these two titles or just taking a photograph of the screen. Second one, for those of you who say, that lady's not a doctor, I want to hear it from a doctor. Let's hear it from Jason Fung. His book is called The Obesity Code. And Fast, Feast, Repeat is really based on the Obesity Code. Now, something I am going to tell you really quickly. Both of these books are relatively new, and they are based on science that is relatively new. So while you maybe have done Weight Watchers 5 or 10 times, or you did Jenny Craig, or whatever it is that you did to try to lose weight, up until about 2016, so really pretty recently, we didn't have the science worked out as to why the body works in these ways and how intermittent fasting works to release the weight and to keep it off. And I'm not going to go into a big scientific reveal, but let's suffice it to say that these two books side by side, and you can listen to both of them if you want to, but if I were going to read one book and one book only, I would read Fast, Feast, Repeat. So here are my photos. Photo number 1 is me on September. This is actually right around the time of convention. I think this is September 21st. And you can see that zipper is not closing. No way, no how. The sides of the zipper, I would say, are close to 8 inches apart. There's no way I'm going to be able to zip that and wear that jumpsuit. Picture number 2 is actually by Thanksgiving. You see, I've gotten a haircut by then. I can already zip it. It's a little bit tight, as you can see, but I've gotten the jumpsuit zipped. In number 3, not only I have it zipped, but I'm able to put the sparkly belt on it, able to go out. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's New Year's Eve. And finally, in photo number 4, you can begin to see the muscular definition in my arms. My chest is maybe not as full. I'm really beginning to just kind of slim down. My body's becoming really a more efficient version of itself. I'm reducing inflammation. And I mean, you can see me on live now. I am about the same size as photo number 4. The difference in pounds from photo 1 to photo 4 is about 27 pounds. So not a huge amount of weight. I did not lose 50 pounds or anything like that, but you can clearly see the difference in my body between September and about February of the following year. Here's the other thing I wanted to mention to you. Lorinda mentioned that her skin looks so much better. And I'm going to show you because here when I take closed. Hi. You can see I'm going to show you a close-up of my face, because I think it's important not only to see the difference in the body, but also to see the difference in the face. And here's the difference in my face. This is 2017 on the left, and today. This was taken, I want to say, couple of weeks ago. So on the left, you can see I've got a lot of jowls here on the bottom of the chin. I've got some sagging here around the mouth. It almost looks like my eyes are smaller. And by the way, I haven't had Botox or fillers or anything like that. There's nothing here between. I didn't have a facelift or anything like that. I do use makeup. I put makeup on every day, but I probably have makeup on in both photos. You can see that my eyes look bigger. My cheeks are more lifted. I'm actually getting my cheekbones back in the second photo. And I realized maybe the first photo, the quality is perhaps not as good as the second, but you can also see I've like kind of darkish circles underneath my eyes. And by the second photo, they have really begun to fade. I don't think I have a lot more makeup on in photo 2 from photo 1, but just even for me, this is just transformative. People who have seen these 2 photos side by side have said that I look like my own younger sister. And I have to say, I feel like my own younger sister. And I'm an only child, so I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that's the way I feel. So if what you liked the transformation, I'm going to ask you to give me an L in the chat. You give me the letter L in the chat. And then I'm going to open it up and ask if anybody has any questions, because I think I may have one more thing that I want to add here. So my 2 recommendations, if you would, are take your MetaPWR, begin intermittent fasting, taking the first 2 steps, and get yourself a book and read it. It really is not super hard. You can do this. Now, some people are saying, oh, well, if you're going to intermittent fast, you have to intermittent fast 15, 16, 18, 20 hours a day, because you have to absolutely be, eating on very small amounts of time. That might be appropriate for you, or it might not. What I love about intermittent fasting is you are an experiment of one. So each and every one of you who's on tonight is going to be able to do this in your own way. You're going to keep tweaking it until it's easy. And once it's easy, kind of like a good marriage, right? You just know you're with the right person, you're in the right place and in the right time. You're going to have it made, and everything's going to click. So I wish for all of you that you're able to do this. And certainly, like I said, I'm going to open it up to questions. Whoops, excuse me. Open it up to questions. I was kind of timing myself. And if you have any, and if you want to contact me privately, I think most of you know how to contact me privately. You can always text me later on. So I think that's the end. Lorinda, can you hear me?
Yes.
Anybody want to ask any questions in the chat? Lorinda, have you seen those pictures before or no?
Those are amazing. Oh my gosh. I saw the one with the jumpsuit. I have seen that one, and I didn't see the face. The face.
Isn't that crazy?
Before.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, face to face.
This is why we encourage everyone to take photos when you're starting the MetaPWR system, or even starting the vitamins, because many times you're really not going to realize it yourself. No. You're looking at yourself every day. You're not necessarily seeing those subtle differences, but when you do a side-by-side comparison like that, it's like, whoa, wow, I really see it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Am I still muted?
You're good. I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Elena, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Where does drinking the water and taking the this supplements and all that other kind of stuff come in, like the fiber and the between, because you said nothing between meals, so I'm not sure how to fit that in. Is that
so you're pretty much taking that. So if you would be taking your LLV, for example, let's say you're taking it twice a day, take it with your morning meal and with your evening or your lunchtime meal. And if you've been taking it right before the meal, then take it right before the meal, but don't be taking it between meals. We're training our body to not want to take in flavors. So I'm going to give you a tiny bit of science, because I think it will help all of us. So the body actually releases a tiny amount of insulin every single time the mouth senses a flavor. So when you think of things like flavored coffees and flavored waters, any of the things that have artificial flavorings, the diet sodas, they may have 0 calories, but they have flavoring, and the body reacts to the flavoring. So that tiny amount of insulin that's released, even if it's a micro amount, tells the body, I'm releasing insulin, so I won't release fat. So when you're not eating, folks, like between your 3 meals, you're basically drinking only, and this is another thing that I forgot to mention to you, you're drinking only plain water, unflavored, so tap water or filtered water or bottled water, sparkling water, but unflavored. You can make your own. If you have a soda stream, you can drink it from a bottle, but unflavored. Black coffee, and I know this can be the big one, but these are ors, right? You don't have to drink them all. This is your choices. Or green or black tea, not herb tea, not flavored tea. So if it says like honey herb lemon, strawberry banana, fruit orange tea with a hint of hibiscus, that is not a flavored tea. You're not drinking that. Okay. Plain
So-
green and not with peppermint in it, not with anything in it. Don't, please, even when you're in those fasting breaks, please don't put oils in your coffee, your tea, or your water. Drink your beverages plain. When you sit down to eat, if you want to add some oils or you're the part of your regime, absolutely put them in there. But between, when you're taking those breaks, get used to drinking those completely unflavored beverages. Because what you're doing is you're training your body to say, oh, no insulin is being released now. Let me get rid of some of the fat that's sitting around. And right, like I remember when I needed to release maybe a little bit of fat, I was so happy when my body said, yeah, let's release a little bit. I didn't care if it was a quarter pound or a half a pound, did not matter. And so I think that's what we all are looking for, right? Give your body the opportunity to say, time to release a little bit of fat, right? Does that make sense? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay,
I have
good.
a question that probably doesn't apply to everybody, but I don't have your address to text you.
Okay, you can get it from Lorinda later on. I can put it in the chat.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm going to finish this up because I know we've been on for a while, so I appreciate everybody's patience here. But you may be wondering, okay, I stayed all this time. What's in it for me, right? And how do I get the stuff? And why am I here still? So I want to share with you, thank you for being on here all this time. And we do have some special discounts to offer for people who attended this call. And we're going to be spinning the wheel of names. I think Carrie has it ready to teed up to go in a moment. But 3 of you are going to win a fabulous prize. So give me a few more minutes so that I can get through these discounts with you so you know how you can put all of this amazing knowledge to practice that you just soaked up like little sponges. You were all so good and you took lots of notes, I'm sure. So here's how you get the benefit of sitting through this class today and listening to us talk about these wonderful products. So firstly, there's 2 kits that doTERRA has put on sale for us, for those of us that have watched this class. And guess what? It's not just for brand new people. So this is for existing customers as well. So normally the good stuff goes to the new people, right? And the existing customers are like, man, what about us, right? But this time doTERRA says it's for all of you, yay. So the Healthy Habits Kit can be purchased by both an existing customer and also a brand new person. So if you do not yet have your own wholesale customer account, this is the time, this is the moment, because this is when you're going to get the very best discount. And let me also say that these things never go on sale. I would say almost never, right, guys? So those of you who have been around for a while, very rare, maybe a couple times in the past 10 years, they've given us like 1 month at 20% off, but I would say less than 3 times that I can recall in 10 years do these kits ever go on sale. So because they don't have to put them on sale. The demand is so high. Like I said, this is doTERRA's #1 best-selling product. They don't need to put it on sale because everybody wants it. So if you are ready to try a little bit of oils and a little bit of vitamins and the Deep Blue Rub, of course, right? This is a great kit to start with. So let's break it down a little bit. So this kit, normally to buy this kit is $195. So the event price, so this is the event right here. The event price is $165.75. Precisely, it's 100 PV. It's $29.25 savings. You can add on to this kit to even get a little bit more savings. So you could add on the MetaPWR Advantage. You could, and if you do that, if you're brand new, starting your account tonight, you can add on the MetaPWR Advantage and you will also get a free diffuser. So that is a really great opportunity for people that are brand new. But let me go over the MetaPWR kit as well, because I think that is the kit that most people are really going to enjoy. So the MetaPWR kit here, once again, the 4 components of that kit, and kind of just summarizing exactly what they do. So the MetaPWR oil and the gum and the beadlets help you to curb cravings. The MetaPWR Advantage is the collagen that increases your energy, improves cognitive function, activates your longevity genes, improves your skin elasticity and firmness. And then your MetaPWR Assist is the carb blocker. This is the capsule that you take right before your largest carb meal. This decreases your post-meal glucose spike. Remember the analogy of the car, driving with your teenager, right? And the starts and the stops is not good for you, right? So this keeps your glucose level even throughout the day, which helps you maintain good energy levels and stamina throughout the day. And then finally, the MetaPWR Soft Gel is what inhibits the fat cell maturation. So this prevents new fat cells from forming and multiplying. So this kit with everything that you see, remember I shared with you, it's important, I think, to start with the kit so you have everything, and then you decide, which of the products you like the best, for reorder purposes. But it's really good to get everything at once. So the normal price for this kit, both for existing customers and brand new to doTERRA people, is $179. The event price, $152.15. So an amazing price on this kit, and I've never seen this kit on sale ever. They've never had to put it on sale because it's like flying off the shelves. So doTERRA really only puts things on sale when, I don't know, they're trying to stimulate demand for it, right? So because they're rewarding us for learning about metabolism and learning about our health and being proactive, we are getting the goodies, right? We're getting the goodies of these great discounts. So you see the whole kit right there pictured. See. Okay, and then should you choose to open your account tonight, there is that benefit of the loyalty rewards program. This is optional program. You don't have to join it, but most of us have joined it over time. And it's a way to get really the best of what doTERRA has to offer. You're going to be able to earn points on your future orders. You can qualify for exclusive promotions. So this is the goodies. This is the perks of being a customer of doTERRA. They treat us so generously and with so many wonderful goodies all along the way. It's really the best way to get the best possible price for your products. Now tonight, I'm realizing we're on the last day of May, right? The very last day of the month. So I had to share with you that we still have this Copaiba promo happening through midnight tonight, midnight Mountain Time. So there's a few hours left to take advantage of this. So this is with any 200 PV order. So if you were to get one of those kits pictured previously, you would need to add on some items to bump up your order to get to the 200. But I'm speaking to people who maybe have already placed an order this month. So if you're on this call, maybe you've already placed an order this month, you can place what's called a top off order. So maybe you would order one of these kits tonight, and that combined with the order that you already placed earlier in the month, if those two in combination are equivalent to 200 PV, we can ask doTERRA to make an exception and send you these free products, which, by the way, are worth $73.50 wholesale. So this is a really great offer. And I talked a little bit about Copaiba in the beginning of the call. That was a long time ago. Maybe you didn't remember, but this is so great for the immune system. Copaiba is probably the most similar to CBD oil. So many people are very familiar with what that is, right? So this is very calming. It's great for the central nervous system, great for sleep support. It's great for stress. It's great for anxious feelings. And you can either, diffuse it. You could put it under your tongue. I personally take a Copaiba soft gel every day. Great for the skin as well. Cellular support. You can rub it on the bottom of your feet. It's great for sore muscles. So many amazing ways to use Copaiba. This oil comes from Brazil. It's just wonderful that we have this in our collection. So again, only through tonight, midnight tonight. So if you're going to place an additional order, you need to do it tonight. If you're going to place your initial order and you want to get in on this promo, please speak to the person who invited you here tonight, and we can help you do the math, do the calculations, and get you to that magical 200 PV so that it offers you this awesome promo. All right, so we have a code coming up. So here it is. So take your photo here. So this is your unique promo code. It's Springy HFS. Springy HFS. It's all caps. It's one word. That's what it is. So when you are adding your items to your cart, you'll see a little promo code box, kind of like where the total amounts are. And that's where you're going to put the promo code and hit apply. And then you'll see the discounted price appearing in your cart. So again, this is for existing customers and brand new people. Both everyone, every category of person is afforded the awesomeness of this code. Okay. Any questions on anything that I've covered? Nancy.
Quick question. If I didn't need the Copaiba and I didn't want to place the order tonight, can I place it tomorrow for the MetaPWR system?
Yes. I believe the code is going to be good for 24 hours.
Okay.
So you can place the order tomorrow. And if you didn't need the Copaiba, you're already stocked up on that. Tomorrow is fine.
Okay. And also, if I wanted to do it tonight, I took advantage of the sun care promo. So, and I added to it to make it over 50 PV, but I also had a loyalty order and it was a smaller than usual. How do I do it to top it off so it comes if I'm going for the MetaPWR system?
So just add up all the PV that you've already purchased tonight.
Okay.
So let's say it's 80 PV, you know, between your sun care stuff and the thing you purchased earlier in the month, whatever that number is, let's say it's 70 PV. You
It's
need
going to be
another
over
100.
150.
It's going to be over 150? Well, you already did? Okay,
Yeah.
so you just need another 50 PV tonight. If you wanted to do the Copaiba promo, another 50 PV tonight, you could, either one of these kits would qualify you.
That's it. I was
to
to
get
the
that.
MetaPWR one.
Yeah,
And
so
you
definitely
called it
would qualify.
topping off. So how do I place that as a top
So
off?
all you need to do is open up an online chat with member services once your order is placed, and just let
Okay.
them know, hey, you know, I just topped off my order, and you know, now I'd like you to send me the free Copaiba, and they'll do that. So it won't automatically generate in your cart. It needs like that little extra step of, you know, reaching out to member services, but they'll be very happy to do it for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're
This has
welcome.
been great. So informative.
Yay, we're so glad. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share because I think Carrie has our wheel and I need some. Oh, sure.
right.
Okay, good.
Are you ready?
Hey. Can you share the screen for your wheel?
Yeah.
We have someone on who's showing up as Moto, and her name is Shirley.
Oh, okay. So
So
we're
you
good.
can just change
Do you
that.
want to leave Moto or change it to Shirley?
I guess as long as I know who it is, then it's fine. We could leave it as Moto. But I just asked her, hey, who are you? And she told me it's Shirley. So if Moto wins, we know it's Shirley
Okay.
Alonso.
All right.
All right, so we have 3 awesome prizes to give away. The first is a bottle of TerraZyme. So TerraZyme is our amazing digestive enzyme, helps you absorb the nutrients out of the foods that you eat a lot better, and helps you eliminate those waste products a little bit faster so you don't have that bloating and that cramping feeling in your stomach sometimes after you eat. So everyone needs digestive enzymes. Why not get them for free? Carrie, can you do us the honor of spinning that wheel, please? Carrie is our Vanna White for tonight.
I was just thinking that.
Give us a letter, Vanna.
All right. Our winner is Sherry.
Sherry, if, you're still on. Hopefully you are. Just message me your address, please, and we'll get that sent out to you. Congratulations. Yay. All right. Our second prize is the brand new doTERRA shampoo and conditioner bars. So these were also introduced last year at convention. I absolutely love them. It's a whole different way to wash your hair, and it took me a little while to get used to it, but I love them so much now. I'm so happy that doTERRA came out with this. super environmentally conscious. They clean your hair really well and just leave it super soft and manageable. Love, love, love the bars. So
It's great to travel with too.
yes, very great to travel with because it's not liquid. So you could just
Yes.
it's not gonna interfere with your quart Ziploc bag. You know, if you're flying, you know, you don't have to worry about the shampoo and conditioner because it's solid. So
Brilliant.
Kayla says you could take her name off the wheel, Carrie. Thanks, Kayla. It's very generous of you. Okay. Here we go. Shampoo and conditioner bars. Vanna, please do us the honor. Dun, 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 dun. Oops, looking like Malika. Oh, Malika! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Awesome! So exciting!
Woohoo!
Woo, Malika! All right, and
Yay!
yay! The final prize, dun 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 dun, dun
And
is
Malika knows to get her address to you, Lorinda.
yes. I know that Malika is Felicia's person. I know Malika,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Malika, if you want to just type your address to me in the chat, that would be helpful.
I can also get that to you, Lorinda.
Okay, perfect. All right, next, our final prize of the night is an adaptive touch roller. This is the thing that I spoke about earlier that I use every day for stressful and anxious feelings, and it helps to calm my nerves immediately and help me to just take a deep breath and move forward with my day and not feel so wound up and stressed out and frazzled. So this is a must-have in everyone's collection, and I'm excited to give this away. Carrie, Vanna, spin that wheel for us, please. Let's see who's going to win this amazing product, Adaptive Touch. Kim Beals. What? Kim Beals, congratulations.
Yay.
Yay, yay. So Kim, if you could just type to me a message with your address and we will get that to you. All right, let me make sure I'm getting everybody's. Okay. You're welcome, Maria. I'm so glad you came. All right, so we'll just open up if there's any final questions, comments. I know there's some of you on this call that have been using some of these products, so feel free to just speak if you'd like to. No pressure, but if you have anything to say that we haven't really covered, I would love to hear from you. And while I'm waiting for the chat.
I'll go, Lorinda. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. For anybody that's on the call from my team, I will be available until 10 p.m. tonight if you want help getting in on that Copaiba deal. And I'll be available all day tomorrow if you would like to get in on the discount with the code. So just reach out to me. If you didn't take any screenshots and you thought you wanted some of that information, the call is recorded and Lorinda will be posting it in the group Essential Oil Enlightenment. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Probably later on tonight after the call. And I just want to give my testimonial. I'm a type 2 diabetic. And for those of you who have not heard my testimonial, I started taking MetaPWR shortly after convention because I did not attend live. So I had to wait for my convention kit a little bit longer. And that's okay. I did an experiment on one of these calls one night with Carrie, and I had just eaten dinner about an hour and a half before the call. And a normal blood sugar after eating, 2 hours after eating, is in the 180 to 200 range because you've eaten, right? So your blood sugar is naturally going to spike. So I took my blood sugar while I was on the call, and it was 133.
Wow.
So it does really balance my numbers as a diabetic, and I'm pleased to share that with you.
Felicia, do you take insulin?
I do not. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so we're
I'm
not
type 2
insulin
also,
dependent.
but
Yeah.
I couldn't handle anything else, so I'm using insulin. I have some questions about the fasting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not insulin dependent, thankfully. I was only on one 5 milligrams of glipizide, and I'm working on weaning myself off of that.
Oh,
But
that's
it's been
terrific.
hard because I injured my foot in early April, and I've been sitting in a chair for the most part for the past 8 weeks or so. So I haven't really had the movement part of it and had to increase the medication, but I am getting back on track, and I assure you that the MetaPWR did make a difference for me.
Oh, that's awesome. I had
Yes.
started it and then I had sciatica and knee problems. And so
Oh,
I stopped it because I'm not hungry because I'm not moving. So I was working
right.
on not gaining anything and I'm going back to it soon. But thank you.
Well,
That's great to hear.
I did miss a step, and I severely injured my ankle many different ways.
Ooh,
And I have to say, I think if it weren't for doTERRA, I would not have healed the way it could have turned out differently. Let's just put it that way. In the beginning, the doctor thought my chances of surgery would be very high. She said, you're probably your chances of having surgery are very high right now. So at my 6-week visit, she x-rayed me again, and she said, I don't know what you're doing, but you are not going to need surgery. Your healing process is going really well, and
fabulous.
you will not need surgery. So I'm really, really happy for that. I attribute it mostly to the MetaPWR. It has healing properties, and I also began taking 2 turmerics each day, and that's good for inflammation and
Right.
healing as well. So
Terrific.
yeah.
Lorinda, please remember to send me Elena's information.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
I'm just looking through the chats just to make sure that I answer everybody's question. And somebody asked, what if you have underlying disease like hypertension or low thyroid? Can I still take these? The answer is yes. Of course, we always say, double check. Honestly, I would say with your pharmacist, because to be truthful, doctors don't necessarily know as much as pharmacists would know if there would be any potential interactions. But we have lots of people taking MetaPWR, especially Lifelong Vitality, and they've actually helped improve these types of conditions. So I would not have any hesitation, if it were me, to take MetaPWR or Lifelong Vitality with those conditions. In fact, my husband has hypertension, and he's been taking Lifelong Vitality for years. So, and I think it's actually has helped stabilize him, so it hasn't gotten worse and worse. Like it's helped him. So definitely it would be beneficial for you. So great question.
I'm sorry, I just want to add too.
Yes.
I did have pain when I first fell, but for the most part through this whole ordeal, I have had 0 pain level.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I severely dislocated it, had torn and ruptured ligaments and tendons, and a few small fractures.
Wow.
And I sat in the chair with my foot elevated. I was obedient. I took my doTERRA, and my pain, I had no pain. I was fine. I was comfortable.
Wow.
A little soreness through the transfer from being non-weight bearing to actually starting to walk on it again. I did have a little soreness, but no pain.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I was shocked myself. I think I took the oxycodone the first day, and that's it. And then I switched to the polyphenols, deep blue polyphenols, and that's
Right.
and the deep blue stick topically has been a major game changer where it came to my shoulder. So I have a torn rotator cuff as well from the fall. So
the
yeah,
stick is my favorite. I like it even better than the rub, Lorinda.
Yeah.
I love the deep blue stick too. So great.
Yes. Yes.
You can give yourself a little massage with it.
Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that about the pain, because I think most people in your condition would be on the oxy still.
Yeah.
And I don't think they believe me. I don't think they believe me of physical therapy. Every time I go, they're like, does that hurt? Does that hurt? When I twist it this way, does it hurt? I'm like, nope. Twist away.
Twist away. Twist and shout.
It's especially amazing for a diabetic because anything with your foot could become a major thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Last call for questions or anything? Thank you so much for your patience. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you, and we will get those prizes sent out. I'm so glad that you were able to stick it out through the end. I know this was kind of long, but like I said, we wanted to give you the big overview of what we learned at Reclaim Your Health. And I think moving forward, we're going to just break it down into smaller topics. So 1 week will just be sleep. 1 week will just be nutrition. 1 week. So we'll just like try to do it that way and just focus in on one of those health pillars at a time, so you guys can really, have a deeper understanding. And I want to thank Elena so much for her expertise and sharing her story with us and the pictures. Like she said, a picture's worth 1,000
Amazing.
words, right? And that picture with the jumpsuit that can't zip, it's like, wow. And look at her now, even needing a
And
belt.
I thought she looked great in 2017.
I
but the
know, like
difference
that's
is
what I
awesome.
said. She's always been beautiful to me, always, but it's just so amazing how the addition of these amazing nutritional products can just enhance our natural beauty. And you can start out as gorgeous and even just get a little bit more. And it's really about how you feel, honestly, to me, how you're feeling inside and what your blood work looks like. And I'll be able to report back on that next week. So I'm excited to
What you had to say about your mom shocked me, because to look at her, you would never know she has so many not so great habits.
Yeah,
She's
right.
beautiful.
My mom was a model, so
Wow.
she's very fortunate that she's kind of maintained her looks all these years.
Yeah.
But I always think, if you didn't smoke, you probably look a little younger, right? Because
Yeah.
it just pulls on your mouth this way, right? And you're smoking, so
I never
whatever.
thought of that.
It's an addiction. So anyway, incredible results. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. You're welcome, Shirley. You're welcome, Shari. You're welcome, Kim. Thanks for hanging in there with us. All right, everybody, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so, so much. We love you and appreciate you. God bless. And we will see you soon on the next Zoom.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody. Bye.